Hi guys, I hope you're good. I have been mega busy lately and I've got some really good videos coming up for you, but I can't publish them just yet. So today I am going to do a question and answer video. Loads of you sent in questions, which was really good. I will try to answer as many of them as possible. There are a few questions which I am going to save and answer over on my Patreon. I've left a link for that down below. But most of them I'm going to answer now. So I had 3 questions about food, which is one of my favourite things, so I don't mind that. The first 2 questions are really similar. The first one was, if you could have dinner on a narrowboat, just to make it a boaty question, with 3 people, living, dead or fictional, who would they be? So I'm going to choose one from each category. Someone living, I want to say Esther the Wonder Pig, but she's a pig, not a people. So I had to choose a person. I would go for Renee from Aqua, the best band ever to have graced this earth. Someone dead, I should say my dad, really. He died when I was 15, so we've got loads of catching up to do. However, it would probably be a little bit weird for the other guests and we might end up ignoring them, crying and stuff like that. So for this dinner party I'm not going to invite him, so my dead person would be Manuel de la Torre, who was the best golfer to ever grace this earth. And a fictional person, I would like to say the Doctor, but I know that she'd just end up running around chasing aliens and we wouldn't get to actually eat anything. So I will probably go for, I'll be risky, we'll go for Villanelle from Killing Eve. And the second question was really similar. It was same thing, if you could invite people to dinner, who would they be? And it was 1 famous person, 2 boaters and 1 YouTuber. So famous person would be Cara Delevingne. The narrowboaters would be Joe and Michael from Minimalist, because they have cooked so much food for me, it'd be nice to repay the favour to them. And 1 YouTuber would have to be Lily Singh. I didn't write down who sent the questions in, but they asked me what would be on the menu. So for a starter we would have sprout tempura. Main course we would have chili tofu and rice. For dessert we would have apple crumble and custard. The next question was also about food. It said, you haven't got an extractor fan on your boat, so how do you deal with fumes when you're cooking? I just open the hatch and the doors and the windows, and that seems to work fine. The next question was from Minimalist, I think it was Joe, and she asked what has been my favourite cruise so far. Which I think is a bit of a mean question, because we've done so much cruising together. I feel bad if I don't say one of those. Definitely when we went on the Thames, that is an experience that I don't think could ever be matched. It was incredible, it was iconic. Seeing the city that I've grown up in and that I love from such a different perspective, that was just unbeatable. But from a personal point of view, I would have to say my favourite cruise, although it went completely wrong, was the first time that I took my boat out by myself. It was very cold, it was dark, and I did end up breaking down, but I was quite pleased with myself and how I handled the situation, and that was the point that I kind of felt to myself that, yeah, you know, you're a proper boater now. You're not a fraud, you know what you're doing, you've got this. So I think that would probably be the favourite from that point of view. But yeah, really tough choice between the 2 of those. And someone else asked me, what is 1 item on your narrowboat that you have never used? The oven, because I don't know how to use it. What else? I've hardly used the television. And there's a few things that I brought with me when I moved in, quite a few books and things like that I haven't actually used, so I probably should have a tidy out soon. The next question is, what is the most annoying question that you get asked about living on a narrowboat? Hands down, it's the question about whether or not it's cold. I don't know if it's annoying because it's asked so often, or if I just find it annoying because people already have an assumption of what the answer is going to be, and it doesn't matter what you say to them, they've already decided what the answer is going to be, and they don't accept it when you say to them that no, it's not. So it will always go something like, do you live on a boat? Yeah. Doesn't it get cold? No, not really. But it must do. Must it? Yes, it must do, because I said so. I've never been anywhere near a boat, but I've decided it must be cold. You do know I have heating. Yes, but doesn't it get cold? No. No, it doesn't. Oh, but it must do. Okay, yeah, you got me. It must do. It's really cold. Yeah, that question kind of annoys me a little bit. Someone said that they are going to be cruising down this way on the Lee and Stort next year, and could I recommend some things to do off of their boat whilst they are down here. If you get down as far as I am, I would definitely recommend going to the Abbey Pump House. Otherwise, I would say check out loads of the things that they check out loads of the things that Lee Valley Parks have on offer. There's an ice rink, a whitewater rafting centre, and loads of other activities in their parks. But just go for loads of walks and explore and get lost. There's so many lovely things to see. Someone asked, how do you get medical prescriptions if you live on a boat? Don't think I've made a video about this, but I've spoken about it before. I know that Jasmine from this Narrowboat adventure has done a full video on that. Basically, if you are a continuous cruiser, you don't have a fixed address, then you can register at a GP's, doctor's surgery, but it can be a bit more difficult. However, there are loads of other NHS walk-in options or out-of-hours appointments that you can get, so there are ways to stay healthy and get prescriptions, but it is just a bit more challenging. Another health related question that I got was, how has living on a boat affected my mental health? And I think this probably warrants a fuller answer, so if that's a video that you would like to see in the future, let me know in the comments below. But the quick answer is, I think it's been really good for my mental health, although I think sometimes there is an unrealistic expectation. Just because you're going to live on a boat or change one aspect of your life, then that will cure any mental health problems that you've had. It's not the case. Obviously you still need to put in the work, use whatever treatments you are using, and I was going through a lot of changes at the time when I moved onto my boat, so I don't know how much I can attribute just to the boat, but definitely I would say that it hasn't been detrimental to my mental health. Someone said, hypothetically, if I was a 66-year-old bloke, would I rather live in a commune flat or on a narrowboat? Definitely on a narrowboat. I've stayed with people in communes and it's not for me. I much prefer living by myself, and I think a boat would give you much more freedom. Someone has said, you've given narrowboat lessons to your friends, would you give them to other people as well? And the answer, I think, is no. There are plenty of people that do that for a living, and I've got no interest in undermining the work that they do. It's just something that I have done for some friends, and certainly not something that I would want to pursue professionally. Someone else asked, are you bisexual? Yes, I am. The next question is, are you splitting time between your boat and the flat? And if so, have you noticed sea legs when moving from one to the other? Yes, I am splitting my time between the boat and the flat. However, at the moment, I have no water on my boat and I've been screwed over by a plumber, so I can't actually live on the boat at the moment, so that's really frustrating. I've had some friends staying on here temporarily and I'm just waiting to get the plumbing work done. Hopefully I can spend a bit more time on the boat once that's finished, because I am missing it a lot. It's not the same just coming back for an afternoon or a day here and there. And sea legs, yeah, I am kind of noticing it a little bit, which is frustrating. so even more reason to get back on the boat more often. Someone asked, what one thing would you change about your boat? I would get a new one. It's very frustrating that lots of things have gone wrong and I've had quite a lot of bad luck getting them fixed. So I would love to get them all fixed and enjoy my boat again. But also I am thinking, although I'll probably change my mind 5 times between now and tomorrow, but my thought is that I would quite like to get this boat up to a good standard, sell it on, and buy myself another boat. I'd like to get a really small narrowboat, and I'm thinking like buy one way up north somewhere, and then I can enjoy cruising it back down. But if I had to stay here and change one thing, I would just change my luck if I could and not have everything break down all the time. The next question, is there a London boat guy? Well, if you want to hear the answer to that question, you are going to have to go on over to my Patreon, where I will answer that and some more questions. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything I spoke about that you'd like to hear a bit more on, just let me know and I'll think about making a longer video on that subject. Okay, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!